Hey everybody, Kevin here from Acclaimed Heating, Cooling, and Furnace Cleaning. Here today with our weekly Facebook Live-ish. We were on holidays last week, so this is kind of a recoup of that. And I'm real proud to be here with Kevin from Butler Plumbing. And Butler is one of our Acclaimed Homeowners Club trusted partners, amazing plumbers and everything that they do. So Kevin, first question for you here is, what does Butler do?
Good question. We mainly focus on residential and commercial service work. So we take care of maintenance and retrofit.
Okay, and you guys do all sorts of stuff, right? Like basically any type of plumbing situation you guys do. You do some heating stuff as well, but basically anything that has running water, either going to something or away something, and everything in between?
Correct, yeah. We do focus a lot on hydronic heating, but we also do the majority of the plumbing in your house. Everything from fixing faucets to augering drains, a lot of hot water.
Okay, great. Like I know that one of the things that you guys do really well that is really hard to find actually in Edmonton is the hydronic heating. For those of you who don't know what hydronic heating is, which is almost everybody, it's basically how you are heating a space with hot water instead of hot air. And so that means like a boiler, which is heating up the water. Then that water is going through what we call a fan coil and whatnot. I always tell people it's like a radiator of a car, and then that's what provides the heat to your house. Is that a pretty decent way of explaining it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Some of the systems can get quite complex. Most of them will involve a boiler or some sort of heat source. And yeah, we're pumping water through a slab, through radiant heating, a fan coil, like you said. Even older buildings will still have baseboard heating around the edges.
Right. That's probably what most people are familiar with, right? Is like the baseboard heating. And then probably next off, people are getting more and more aware of things like the hot water in the floor, where it's keeping your feet nice and warm. So basements, underneath bathrooms, and stuff like that.
That's right. The biggest advantage with hydronic heating is the comfort level. So typically you got quite a bit higher comfort level, and the ability to make zones. You can put half a dozen, maybe a dozen zones in a large house.
Okay.
So most people like that.
Okay, well, cool. So we're going to do a Dear Keven letter like we do, but instead of doing a Dear Keven letter with an E, which is how I spell my name, we're going to do it with an extraordinary Kevin, but his spelled with a normal I. And so I'm going to read this letter for you here, and you're going to kind of answer it for us.
Sounds good.
It's a Dear Kevin with an I from Butler Plumbing. Over the last few weeks, my husband and I have been working with a contractor to do some renovations on our house. We know that some work will need to be done with the plumbing when we start working on our kitchen and bathroom, and we've been discussing the scope of work with our contractor. The contractor said that they can save us some money by letting them do the plumbing for us. My husband and I can't agree as to whether or not this is a wise choice or if we should bring in an outside plumber. What do you think we should do? Signed, Ed Ends in Renovation.
It's a really good question. We run into that question quite a bit. I think it's important for everybody to save money. So I guess it would depend on the scope of work. If you are, replacing a faucet or changing the flapper in your toilet, those jobs, a lot of people can tackle those. Might take you a little bit longer, a couple trips to the hardware store more than you think it might. But when you get into replacing fixtures, any kind of modifications where you're adding or retrofitting something, definitely then you're going to want to hire a contractor. You should be able to pull a permit, and you should have no issues with that. So a lot of contractors won't be able to pull a plumbing permit. So that would be an important thing. Kind of bottom line is you wouldn't really have your hairdresser do your painting. So you don't need your contractor to do your plumbing, right?
So it's kind of like a bowl cut. If you want a bowl cut, then you can get that done at home. But if you want something different than a bowl cut, you should hire a professional.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, okay, all right, cool. Fantastic. So we've got a winner of last month's contest, and we had a great referral last month as well. And we've got a Pampa gift card. $100 is what we have going out there. And that was from, do you remember who it was last month? I didn't think so either. I didn't think so. So we've got Liberty Security as our partner last month, $100 Pampa gift card, and the winner of that is Juanetta Bruce. So congratulations, Juanetta, and we'll be contacting you and getting that in your hands. So that's fantastic. And what's going on in Edmonton this week? The Edmonton Street Performers Festival is something we do every year. Totally different this year. Don't go down to Churchill Square where it's been for like seemingly forever, like 20 years. Seems like they're downsizing. Now it's like right off of White Avenue and Gateway Trail in that area. So don't go down to Churchill Square like we've been doing for 20 years. And hopefully everybody has a great time, good weather, and everybody have a fantastic weekend. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.